when you're on the spiritual path, you see, you're practicing, you know very well that you don't die. So for you, death is not a mystery. It's not something that you have to be scared of, because you know you're just walking from one room to the other. Something which is deeper inside of you, there is this knowing. So when you know that you don't die, you're eternal, is there fear into it? No, there is no fear. You embrace those people which is on the spiritual path, they embrace death because there's nothing to fear about. Like Krishna himself gave his assurance, those who surrender to me, come to me. When we say sarva dharmam parityagam mam ekam sharam vaja, mam ekam sharam vaja, those who surrender to me, I cleanse them from all sin. So people which is on the spiritual path, they embrace, for them, they look forward. Because they know that this life is a burden. It's a burden which keep one rooted here, and they long to go home. You see, if you have not understand life, of course, then you will have a lot of fear. But if you have understand life, when you look at the scriptures, name it whatever scriptures it is, take the Bible, take the Bhagavatam, take the Gita, take the Ramayana, take any, they will tell you that there is an eternal life which is waiting for you. And that eternal life, it is something which can be there, must be something eternal, no? What is eternal inside of you? What do you have inside of you which is eternal? Dusha? Take a douche. The Atma, nothing else. Why, when the Atma leaves the body, you say somebody is dead? You stop calling the person by the name. You call, this is the body of that person. Nah? Then who is that person? Who are you, man? That knowledge is in the people who have the spirituality in their life, who have grown in spiritual life, They have that understanding. Even a little understanding, for sure you will not understand the whole thing about it. You have not yet have this realization. Realization is something else. But in a degree, it is also a part of realization itself, the first step towards realization. Knowing that you are eternal, that you are the Atma. So for you to live, it's a joy. I don't know for you, but for me it is. I don't care. So, many, for the saints, for the sages, for people which have grown in spirituality, who really know about spirituality, the deepness of it, they long to see their beloved, because they are eternally in love with him. You long to go to heaven to be with God, not to have the same drama being here. Here you have headache. Nah? You would like to have the same headache there? Who would like to have that? Many of you are thinking, when will that person disappeared? I can be free. You don't say it for sure because you try to be polite and nice, happiness, I said, oh, I love you. But behind that said, oh, when would you go and leave me in peace? And that's the truth. So, for a spiritual person, it's like that. They long forward to be with God. And that longing, that's what our scriptures talk about. To love God, And people who is not on the spiritual path, of course, there's different degree of understanding, People which doesn't have this, they're still on the process toward that. So for them, they will still go through life and life and life and life and life, maybe thousands of life, until they understand what do they really want. It's not that spiritual people know what they really want. No, they're still dumb. You know, even if the master keeps repeating to them or reminding them all this, they're still dumb. But when you talk about loving God to them, they do feel it. And that is enough to attain Him. You imagine? You don't even understand what is happening inside of your heart. And that, what is happening inside of your heart, you know, it's enough to attain Him. Crazy, no? Yes or no? Just that, what is happening in your heart, not here, here. Make Him come to you. Then the most wonderful thing of all, He said, those who remember me at the time of death, come to me. Those who remember me at the time of death, come to me. But don't take it for granted, because not everybody can remember Him at the time of death just like that. If you have not practiced remembrance of Him, don't expect that at the end you will remember Him. So that's what spirituality does, so that you can remember the divine at every moment of your life. And funny thing is, the body of somebody which is on the spiritual path and the body which is somebody who are not on the spiritual path, at the time of death, that body itself change. It can be just a body, yes, you know. We can say, but if you take the body, exact body, let's say 2-person, exact weight, exact character and everything, but one is spiritual, one is not spiritual, they died at the same time. While carrying the body, the person which is on the spiritual path, the body is much lighter. While the body of that person which is not on the spiritual path, or doesn't have anything to do with spirituality, the body is much heavier. The body of a spiritual person decay in a different way. Even the animal, the worms and everything will not interfere much. Whereas a person, you see, will take time for it to decay. Whereas for the body of a person which is not on the spiritual path, start to decay after a few hours only. Yesterday I was telling them on the table, there was one lady, saints, in India, actually. This lady, she was very dedicated to her something, her relic is there. She died. She was living in Andhra Pradesh, and she died. They sent a message to her guru. 1800, I'm talking about. No, 1920, 1900 something. So, they sent a message to the guru. The guru said, "Don't bury her. Leave her there until I come." So, the disciple put the body there, kept the body. For 20 days, the body stayed intact. 20 days. She was dead. There's no bringing her back, anything. There's nothing, it's completely dead. The guru came after some 20 days plus, I can't tell you. The guru came, brought her back to life. Yeah, after 20 days, not 3 days, not like Lazarus. 20 days. She's still alive. She's 118 years old now. She have seen her guru pass away. The successor to the guru passed away. Now it's the third to the lineage to the Guru. She's still there. Those who is surrendered, or those who is dedicated on the spiritual path, God stand by the side.